Hey everyone, it's Lynette, and tonight I wanted to show you how I set my bullet journal up this year. I'm doing things differently this year. I am not doing a traditional bullet journal. This year I plan on hopefully starting my novel that I've been talking about forever. So I really just have a book themed and writing bullet journal this year instead of like having dailies and a monthly calendar and all that. But I have been obsessed lately with watching other people's bullet journal videos, so I thought it'd be fun to make my own. I got this journal off Amazon. I just typed in dot grid journal and I liked this cover, except I thought it was hardback and it's not, so that's the only thing I don't really like about it because this is really flimsy. But it was like $7 on Amazon. So, and I especially like the dot ones. I've had other ones in the past, but the dot ones are really the ones that I like the best. So here is the first page. I have my index here with all my page numbers because I am that kind of person that goes through and numbers all my pages in my notebook. So this is all my contents, my table of contents, if you will. And then I have a Hello 2018 on this page. You could tell I wrote 2017 and made that into an 8, and I thought it was funny, so I didn't rip that page out. The next two pages are the books that I have read this year. I want to read 52 books this year. As I said in my bookish resolutions video, there's more than 52 books that I drew here just in case I do go over my number. I still want to keep track of everything that I read. So far you can see I've read Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, Heir of Fire, which I'm in the middle of, but I just put it on there anyway. And then I just finished The Beauty That Remains, which comes out in March. On this page, I have a social media tracker. I don't have anything written on it yet, but here I will put how many followers I have right now on Instagram and how many subscribers on YouTube and how many followers on Twitter, which I just got a Twitter, so you can follow me on Twitter at Novels and Hops. So I just want to see where I'm at in the beginning of 2018 so I can look back at the beginning of 2019 and see how much my pages and channels have grown. So down here, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter for each month, I can track the progress. So if I move from, X number to X number, I can see the progress between the 2 months. On this page is just my January goals. In this circle, I just write personal goals. Here is my work goals and my YouTubing and things. And then down here, you should always make time for family. So here are my family goals for this month. I wrote a quote here in the middle. It says, "I am just striving to be more than I have ever been." These are all the 2018 book releases that I want to make sure I get. You can see I check them off as I go, and I haven't gotten very many, but Zenith came in today, which I'm super excited to start, so I think I might start that tonight. But that's just so I can keep track of all the upcoming releases. This page is my video idea page for my booktubing page. I have sort of like the usual, monthly faves, currently reading, book reviews, book tags, things like that, book hauls, library hauls. And then I have a few other maybe unique things over here, a writing vlog, or, I'm doing the writing journal tour right now. So these are just ideas to help me get inspired to think of new ideas to film for you all. And on this page, I think I'm going to put my February tracker. I just haven't filled it out yet. But here's where my writing part comes in. You can see I put some washi tape so it kind of like makes that a bookmark so I can turn right to it. But this is my key. And I also did another cool thing with my key is I took a thicker piece of paper like cardstock and I put my key on here so that when I'm actually in the book, I don't have to keep turning to this page. I just have it right here beside me, and that just folds back when I'm not using it. So as you can see, I have my world building, plot, characters, titles, planning, and just general. You'll see what I mean by general when we come to them. So the first two pages are just pages to put ideas. This is my title idea page, and these are just some random plot ideas that I want to jot down and just kind of have a brain dump page for those. This is where I can brain dump character names. I have a column for female, male, and then some last names. These are character archetypes, and I posted down in the description where I got my inspiration, because I took some of these pages from other blogs and other bullet journal pages that I saw on YouTube and whatnot. This is from Boho Berry, so I will link her site down below, and you can check out her site. She has a lot of great bullet journal things, but here are just a lot of archetypes for different types of characters. These are all the heroes, and then we have the heroines, and then we have villain archetypes. We have a lot of villains. And that's the last one. And then on this page, I have my plot archetypes. You can see I made a mistake here. My bullet journal is not perfect. I have given up perfection a long time ago, so I know I have typos in here. I know I have things that I have scratched out and marked out, but if I ripped out every single page I messed up on, I would have no more pages left in this journal. So these are just the plot archetypes, 7 different types of different plots. Here's where I can brain dump different settings and different magical system rules, because I want my magical system to make sense. So if you haven't already been able to tell, I'm writing a fantasy book. This is my what if page. I really want my book to make sense, like all authors do. So I text my friends and I tell them my ideas, and then I'm like, okay, play devil's advocate and hit me with your questions and make sure I don't have any plot holes, and ask me questions like, well, what if this happens, or what if that happens? So this is a page where I can write down all of those what ifs. As for research, different things I might want to remember about, if I want to make my magical system based off another author's magical system, I want to take notes on that, stuff like that. These next 2 pages are just for inspiration. I have a lot of fantasy type pictures that inspire me that is saved on my Pinterest. So I think I want to print out a couple of those and put it on these 2 pages so that I can just flip back to this page whenever I'm writing and sort of help it hone me back into my initial idea. This page is the 7 key elements of fiction. It's always good to have basics and to go back to the basics of English. So this might be a little 9th grade Englishy, but it's always good to have basics to refer back to. And then this is the 3-act structure, again, with that 9th grade English. I left this page blank because in case I want to take some notes on this for my own 3-act structure, or draw this diagram again and kind of fill in some of my own plot details, I left this page blank in case I wanted to do that. Then this is the 12 archetypes of Carl Jung. I got this from Soulcraft, but it was also on another blog that I've linked down below that I pinned. I left this blank because there's supposed to be a circle graph here of all of these different archetypes, and I tried to draw it earlier and failed miserably, so I'm going to have my husband draw this for me later. But these are the 12 archetypes that Carl Jung has thought of, and they're separated into 3 categories. The first is ego types, then we have the soul types, and finally we have the self types. And I left this page blank because in case I want to put another monthly tracker, like March's monthly goals or monthly tracker on it. And then finally, I have the Snowflake Method by Randy Ingermanson. These are the 10 steps of design, so you can check that out on his website, but it just basically takes you step by step of things to do to basically plot out your ideas and get you a timeline and things like that. I switched 6 and 7 because I wrote down the wrong one on the wrong number, so I drew an arrow, but like I said, my bullet journal is not perfect. And that is all I have right now for my writing bullet journal. I still have a lot of pages left to go in this notebook, so I'm going to fill them up with, character synopsis and plot timelines and things like that. So I will probably do a monthly update every month about where my bullet journal is and what I've filled in to see, so you could see if I have any other page ideas or what I do for how I set my character pages up and things like that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.